Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the class of financial accounting. Today we are moving towards the question number 3. In last two lecture we have learned how to solve how to have a basic knowledge about its theory. Then we move towards the question number 1, question number 2, and today's lecture is about question number 3. I hope you are in touch with me and have no issue in this specific topics, departmental accounting. And as we know, today's our topic is about question number 3, and this question number 3 is basically from the book of Modern Accountancy, volume number 2, M. Mukherjee and Hanif. You can take this book, and if you have this book you can find this chapter at the top of the book, or you can say that simply that chapter number 1 is the departmental accounting. So in chapter number 1, departmental accounting, to question number 3, which is related to our today's lecture. Okay, move towards the question number 3 as we have take the basic concept of the question. Now I hope all of you have the basic concept of the question, that how we can solve these questions, but I'm solving these questions one by one for you people, because it have some specific topics which are required to be considered. In this question number 3 we have some other new points, new interesting things that you will learn today in this lecture, and after learning this specific question number 3 you will be able to solve question number 4. I will assign you question number 4 also, but after solving this question, before solving this question you are unable to solve that question number 4. So look at the question number 3. It's available on the screen as well, and it's available on that specific book as well. So move towards the question. Grateful Brothers own a business which has two departments, A and B. Grateful Brother is the name of the business, and it has two departments, Department A and Department B. The following balances appear the book for the year ended. These are the balances, these are the amounts which appear on the book ended on the year ended on the books of the account. At the year ended we will find these following amounts, or these following balances, or these following details. So what is the monetary detail or financial transactions of Department A at the year ended? You can see in Department A stock is about 5,800, and in Department B the stock is 46,400, and total stock is 1,22,000. It's an opening stock. We will write this opening stock as we have write in last two question on the trading account on the debit side. Next we find purchases 40,000 for Department A and 50,000 for Department B, and total is 90,000. So we will write the purchases on trading account on the debit side, 40,000 in the column of Department A and 50,000 in the column of Department B. Third one is sales. Sales is 1,50,000 and 1 lakh. We will write the sale on the trading account on credit side. Department A 1,40,000 in the column of 1,50,000 in the column of Department A, and 1 lakh in the column of Department B. Next is wages of shop assistant. It will appear on the debit side of the trading account, as wages is related directly to the purchases. Always the expenses which are related to the purchases will appear on the trading account, on the debit side of the trading account. So always remember that direct expenses means all those expenses which are related to or incurred on the time of purchases. Rent and insurance is the operating expenses of the business, and it will appear on the debit side of the profit and loss account. But you can see that the wages and rent and rates is given as a whole to 2,21,800 and 4,320. We don't know what is the amount of Department A and what is the amount of Department B. So in this question, when we are going to solve it, we will see that how we can distribute this specific amount between Department A and Department B. Okay, stationery office expense 1,260, motor vehicle expense 3,240, carriage on purchases. Okay, stationery office expense and motor vehicle expense appear on the debit side of the profit and loss account, and we will distribute these amounts between Department A and Department B. We will calculate that how much expense is related to Department A and how much expense is related to department B. Third one is carriage on purchases. Carriage on purchases, I already informed you people or told you people that all those expenses which are related to purchases or which are incurred for purchases or at the time of purchases will be recorded on the debit side of the trading account. So carriage on purchases will be recorded on the debit side of the trading account. Lead and height will appear on profit and loss debit side. Now we will move towards the requirement. You are required to prepare columnar trading account. Columnar trading account means that we will prepare trading account with different columns for department A, columns for department B, column for total. Means 3 columns will appear on the debit side of the trading account, and similarly 3 accounts will appear on the credit side of the trading account. As specified above, profit and loss account, columnar form is not required. So as we can see in the question that columnar form is not required for profit and loss account. So there is no need to divide stationery office expense, motor vehicle expense, light and heat expense, and rent and insurance expense. We will write these all expenses on the debit side of the profit and loss account without dividing these amount between departments. Why? Because it's appear in the question. If it's not appear in the question, not required in the question, the question will if the question is asked that you are required to prepare columnar trading account and profit and loss account, so then we are bound to prepare profit and loss account in a columnar form. But now in this question we can see that columnar form is not required for profit and loss account. So when we are going to solve this question, we are not in need to divide profit and loss expenses between departments A and department B or between departments. For the year ended 31st to 12,000, taking into consideration the following. After the year ended, we are required to prepare trading account in columnar form and profit and loss account without columnar form after taking into consideration the following adjustments. What are the adjustments? Carriage on purchases, which is to be apportioned to the separate department in proportion to purchases. What's mean by this? It means that carriage on purchases, as it's appear in the question, you can see above carriage on purchases. So they are saying about this that carriage on purchases, which is apportionate means will be divided to the separate department, will be divided among separate department in proportion to purchases, mean according to the purchase proportion. Proportion means tanasab, means suppose if we have a proportion of 3 and 2, what will be it? 3/5 and 2/5. This will be its proportion, and wages will be allocated on the basis of sale. What's they are talking about? What type of purchase wages? They are discussing about the wages which we have discussed will appear on the debit side of the trading account, because in this question columnar form is required for trading account but not it is required for profit and loss account. So we must have to divide all the expenses or revenue or all the amounts or all the figure which will appear on the trading side will be divided among departments. Stock is already divided, purchases is already divided, sale is already divided. We already know what is the amount for department A and what will be figure appear for department B, but the wages and the second one carriage on purchases is given as a whole. So at the end of the question they mentioned that the carriage on purchases will be divided among departments according to the proportion of purchases, and wages will be divided among department on the basis of sales. Okay. Next is stock, ending stock. Ending stock for department A is 9,000 and department B is 6,000. It is an ending stock, so it will appear on the credit side of the trading account. We are not in need to divide it because it's already given as it. An amount owing for insurance 120 has not been recorded in the books. and amount for insurance is still not recorded. I will discuss this specific adjustment when we are going to solve that question. The provision for doubtful debt which is not shown in the book is rupees 300. They say that provision for doubtful debt is not mentioned in the book. It means that it's an adjustment, and every adjustment have two effects. So we will record the provision for doubtful debt once on the profit and loss and debits account and debit side, and second is balance sheet, but balance sheet is not required, so we will simply record provision for doubtful debt on the debit side of the profit and loss account. But wait a minute, is to be increased to rupees 400 is shown in the book. Doubtful debt already appear in the book for rupees 300. Now it's required to be increased for 400. So only 100 rupees will be mentioned on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Why? Because 100 rupees are more required. 300 is already appeared in the book, already mentioned on the debit side of the profit and loss account, already recorded. There is a need to record 100 more doubtful debt, so we will record 100 rupee for doubtful debt on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Okay, question ended. You are right. What we have to do? परेशान हो गए आप? Don't worry. It's not so much difficult. Don't make faces. What we have to do? Now we are worried. No. Take, relax, breathe. Nothing difficult in this question. Move towards the solution. It's a trading account, and already we have discussed that opening stock will appear on the debit side of the trading account, and you can see that opening stock appear on the debit side of the trading account, and it's already mentioned in the question, so we have write as it 5,800 for department A, 6,400 for department B, and 12,200 as a total. Next is purchases, already available in the question. Just we take the purchases and write it on the debit side of the trading account. 40,000 for department A, 50,000 for department B, as a whole 90,000. Already I have discussed it that it will appear on the debit side of the trading account. Next is sales credit side of the trading account. 1,50,000 for department B, 1,00,000 for department, so 1,50,000 for department A, 1,00,000 for department B, and total is 2,50,000. I have just take this amount from the question and write it on the solution. Closing stock is appear on the adjustments, and I have already discussed that it will appear on the credit side of the trading account. So 9,000 for department A, 6,000 for department B, and 15,000 total. Now the third item, wages and carried on purchases, which was given as a whole, and we are required to distribute it among the departments. Wages was 21,800 and carried on purchases was 1,440. Wages was distributed on the basis of sales, and carried on purchases will be distributed on the basis of purchases. So now we are required to take the proportion for sale and take the proportion for purchase to divide this specific expenses. First we will take the sale. Sale is 1,50,000 and 1,00,000. Simply we will exclude these 4 zeros. What we have left, 15 and 10. 5 3s are 15 and 5 2s are 10. So the proportion is 3/5 and 2/5. It's the proportion of sale, and we will distribute wages on the basis of sale. 21,800 multiply 3 divided by 5, we will get 13080. Similarly, 2180 multiply 2 divided by 5, we will get 8720. How we know? 21,800 is the amount of wages appear on the book, appear in the question, and the proportion we have just calculated in the rough work. What will be the next? Next is carriage on purchases, and it will be distributed on the basis of purchases. Purchases is 40,000 and 50,000. If we take the proportion of 40,000 and 50,000, you can see if we simply exclude this 40 we are left with 4 and 5, and if we make a proportion it will be 4 by 9 and 5 by 9. How it is? 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. So carriage on purchases will be distributed as 144 appears in the question. Will multiply 4 by 9, we will get 640, and 1440 5 by 9, we will get 800. It is the distribution of this specific two expenses. Now what we have to do, we have to add 1,50,000 plus 9,000, we get 159,000. Now we will take 195,000 minus 5,800 minus 40,000 minus 13080 minus 640, and we will get 99,480. It is the gross profit for department A. Now we will move towards the department B. We will add 1,06,000 and we get 1,06,000. We deduct 6,400 from 1,06,000. Then deduct 50,000, then deduct 8,720, then deduct 800, and we will get 4,080. It's the gross profit for department B. Now we will add 2,50,000 plus 15,000 and we get 2,65,000. It's the position of overall organization. It is the position of department A. Department A is on a profit of 99,480 and department B is a position of 4,080. And what is the position of overall organization? Now we will deduct 265,000 minus 122,000 minus 90,000 minus 218,000 minus 1,440, and we will get the gross profit of 1,35,000. So it is the overall calculation. Now there is no total, we didn't calculate it, so simply just add the whole row and we will get 159,000. Add the second whole row and you will get 1,06,000. Add the third row and you will get 2,65,000. Now we move towards the profit. The profit we have already calculated. The profit for the whole organization, it's a misprint. Its profit is 139,500. There is a mistake in typing. Okay, so we will take the profit of the whole organization. As we are not preparing columnar profit and loss account, we are preparing profit and loss account for the whole organization. So these are the department within the organization and it is the condition of overall organization. So we will take this gross profit and you write it on the credit side, and now simply write all the expenses on the debit side. Rent and insurance 4,320, I have already amount owing for insurance 120 has not been recorded, means we are required to pay 120, but still we have not recorded. But now as it's our expense and we are required to pay, so we simply add this expense on the rent and rate insurance head because it's related to rent, rate and insurance, and already we have write 4,320 as our expense, but still we are required to pay 120 more, so we will add it on the rate, rent and insurance. Next expense is stationery and office expense. It's 1,260, where I'm taking this expense from the question. Rent, rate and insurance 4,320, outstanding from adjustment. Next we will move toward the question. You can see stationery 1,260 and motor vehicle 3,240. So stationery 1,260 and motor vehicle 3,240. Again, if I move towards the question, I can find light and heat 1,270. So light and heat 1,270. And another important item, bad debts is required to be increased from 300 to 400. So I have write 100 rupee for bad debt as an expense on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Now what I have to do, 139,560 minus 4,440 minus 1260 minus 3240 minus 1270 minus 100, and I will get the net profit of 129250. Still business is on the position of profit. Now what I have to do is simply add this whole amount. I will get 139560, and it's already on the credit side. I'm so happy, and I hope you people are also, because we have understood the question and nothing left out in our mind. If it's still something left out as in your mind, you can ask in the comment section. Don't get so much happy. It's a time for assignment. Try to solve question number 4 from the book of Modern Accountancy, volume 2, chapter Departmental Accounting, by yourself. In the next lecture, I will give you a little introduction or little brief overview for the question number 4, but now try it to solve it by yourself. There is no need to be solved or to be specified or to be briefly described by me, as already you have learned how to solve the question number 3. Question is number 4 is same as it, but in the next lecture I will go towards the question number 4 and will give you some introduction. I just give you the overview that Raj Singh, this is a business. I just give this opening sentences that you can easily got this question from that specific book. Thank you for watching my video. Take care. Allah Hafiz.